It's 2:38 in Limlow on Christmas Day here as I sit in my 82-degree apartment as the heat's broken, and I'm also feeling rather sick today and the last couple days. And you know, I feel strong.
His attitude's positive. He thinks he could take on hell with a squirt gun.
And it's because it's been a very trying year. Basically everything I've tried this year hasn't worked, and even with how poorly this channel and series has performed compared to my expectations and my previous endeavors of content creation, it really did prove something. Because all the support that I was expecting initially either faded away or didn't show up to begin with, and I never really found any to replace that over the entire course of this year. So I had a lot of reasons to just be genuinely upset and just become solely focused on myself and no longer look to help others, which was my initial ambition and go lad with this series. And I didn't forget about that, even after I had to do all of this essentially by myself for 345 days before a response. And when I got that response, I put out my wish list. I put out what I wanted to accomplish and what I wanted to reflect for this first year. My goal of making things better and helping other people. So I was pretty proud that I wasn't corrupted through that process, and I was able to withstand the stand-attain through all this time and not give up on what I believed in. And for that reason, I want none of my aliases in the word corrupt. Maybe they saw the future because my initial of K is not the start of this word where it easily could have been, and instead is a C as it will continue to be, but the P is on out of there because that's part of Whip, Wippy, and K-Whip. So it's taken out of corrupt, which is also appropriate because that gets us to corrupt. And it's a lot more accurate to think of how corruption really arises and manifests in something. It's a lot more subtle. It's something that happens over time through the little things. Because corruption isn't like an eruption of the core, it's more of your core being stuck in a rut and bogged down until it's unrecognizable. And I've been committed to doing good, but if I was waiting for someone to help me do so, especially Mountain Dew, well, I'd be about a year behind in that sake. So I'm not gonna wait to do good. I have started on my wish list. I've got $1,000 going to the Thielen Foundation and the V Foundation. $500 to each cause from me personally, and $500 matched from my work being Activision, so that's where that money has come from. I still plan on giving an additional $2,000. As I said, I would be giving $1,000 to each cause, and I stick to my word, but Activision is additionally giving $500 to the Thielen Foundation and V Foundation too now. And it is Christmas, so I'm not expecting a response today. It's also the weekend. But let me remind you that there is a Doomsday coming up very quickly. You know, that day of the week that I changed for you, where I make a weekly video reflecting Dew very specifically to go along with my daily videos that I make about Mountain Dew, or at least that are linked and reflected in their honor. So you might want to consider those real opportune dates for plotizement. So you might want to act before them. Because as I said, the wish list was the good faith option. This is the good faith option. It doesn't last forever.
See, I did say that.
Very clever.
They only get more extreme from here. And you may want to think about what happens when you go up against someone that's incorruptible and you have clearly demonstrated you're in opposition to them and will not support them.
You truly are incorruptible, aren't you?
What happens when the incorruptible one also has their hand on the detonator?
That's okay. I came prepared.
Maybe they mean what they say. Let's not find out. Now, Christmas also marks the year mark of me picking a song and video of the day every single day for a full year. I started this a couple days before the creation of the Wippy Thoughts channel last year, and actually the first video in the Video of the Day playlist is the one I sent of Christmas last year of Toad singing All I Want for Christmas Is You, which is fantastic and a hilarious listen. But it's not the song or video of the day, and in fact these are not Christmas themed at all, my selections this time around. But you could kind of stretch the song of the day into it, depending on your thoughts on Christmas, as it is BDE Best Day Ever Bonus by Mac Miller. This has such a magical, Lavulli-full building beaten instrumental. It's extremely subtle in the beginning, And it takes a while for him to start his vocals, but I really do like how cool and laid back his vocals are as well. This is a song that is super great to just chill and relax to, while also being somewhat emotional, and is able to be incredibly dramatic without being too moo in any way either. One of my favorite Mac Miller songs, and I'm guessing one that isn't overly popular as well. Then the video of the day is The Best of Bob Green. I was thinking of like videos that I really want to include in the series that just haven't made it yet. And eventually I thought of this football coach with all these great one-liners that is just able to deliver his message in a goofy way every single time with just one clever little quip. And it's a compilation of him doing that. So many great sayings pre-jacked into this video. Does a wonderful job getting all of these across. Classic football guy. A video I love and ones that you might want to pick from time to time. Also, just hit a boobay on that if you didn't notice. Saying the same word back to back. Yeah. That's it for the Daily Do. Peace out. Merry Christmas.